The opinions expressed in Hooked on Life are for conversational purposes only. This podcast may also contain language that some may find offensive. Now, on to the show.
Okay.
So, am I allowed to move or am I not allowed to move?
Yes, be free. You can be free. You said earlier, can I be free? Yes.
Well, I don't feel very free when I can't move.
You can be free. It's a free world. In a lot of countries, it's a free world.
Can I clear my throat?
Well, yes,
but now all of a sudden I have all this phlegm in my throat because of the thought that I can't.
Okay, well, don't do that.
Can I clear it?
Well, not on.
Okay, I had to clear it. That's better.
Okay, we'll edit that out. Okay.
Okay. So we should get started then.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Well, Simon is waiting for us, so let's get going.
Okay. Good morning. Why are you smiling? Why are you smiling?
We're just all waiting. We're all waiting, staring at you. This is not very comfortable right now.
Okay, well, look away.
Okay.
Good.
Sorry,
okay, if you laugh, I can't do it.
Okay, I will stop.
Okay.
I will stop.
Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you're tuning in from. We are Cindy, Lynn, and Shay, and we are presenting Hooked on Life, the podcast. This is our pre-episode to the first episode because we thought, maybe you want to get to know us a little bit and know why we think the way we do and why we seem to think that we have something to say about Gen X. So in this, our inaugural pre-episode to the episode, you're going to get to know myself and my sweetheart, Shay Bear, a little bit better.
This isn't going to be an hour. You said an hour.
Did I?
Well, just now you said an hour.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, how long is it going to be?
It can be as long as you want. It's just, I wasn't sure this was going to be 1 hour long. But anyway, okay.
Well, you do tend to talk quite lengthily, if that's a nice way to put it. So it might end up being an hour.
It's not a very nice way to say it, but that's fine. I'll get over it.
I love hearing you talk.
Yeah. Anyway.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, why should I start? This whole podcast was your idea.
Yeah.
So why don't we start with you?
Okay. What do you want to know?
Who are you?
My name is Cindy Lynn Elizabeth Macaulay.
Well, and thanks for coming. That was really great. It's all about me now.
Okay. What's your name?
No, go ahead.
You say your name now.
My name is Shane.
What's your real name?
Oh my God! What the hell?
My name is Shane. My name is Shane. That's it.
That's it? You won't give us the goods?
Well,
you won't give us the full name?
Some of my friends long ago called me Shaner. Some have actually called me Shane O'Mac. I guess that's based on wrestling of some sort. I don't watch that. And then you, my wife, have called me and do call me Shay Bear.
Yeah, but where did your name come from?
Well, it's an interpretation of the name John. Now,
I thought it was from the movie.
Well, yeah.
Oh my God!
Alan Ladd.
Get to it.
No, I'm going back to the roots. But yes, Alan Ladd.
And he says he's not long-winded.
I did not see this movie until your dad, my father-in-law, introduced me to the movie Shane.
Really?
Yes, that's a fact. I read the book back in the day, but I had not seen the film, and your dad had it on a DVD, whatever. So
he has quite an impressive DVD collection.
Yeah. So. If he's out there right now listening, which I hope he is, thank you again for introducing me to Alan Ladd, Dad. Really appreciate that. It's a very sad film at the end, but much like my characteristics, I'm quite sad as a human being. I think a lot in my head quietly. Anyway, that's me. So why did you want to do this podcast?
Well, it's funny because you and I have been together since 2011, I think, around 2011, even though I met you when I was 12. We went to Sir John A. Macdonald High School in Calgary together.
Any listeners out there, go S-Jam.
Go S-Jam. And we were in band together. I played the clarinet and then the saxophone, and you played the trombone, right?
Yes,
Is that right?
That's
okay.
very true.
And so, we had sort of been lovers.
Just before you got to the lovers bit, I was going to say our music teacher in Sir John A. played piano
At our wedding.
at our wedding.
He did.
Yes, Mr. Trevor Waters. If you're out there, thank you so much for doing so. That was really
One of the best teachers I ever had.
He played the baseball
Song.
song. Yeah, we all got to stand up in our good outfits and sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" while he played piano for it. That was fantastic. I will never forget that.
That was a great moment.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, all of our friends and family, and we're all there. They understood that we were baseball season ticket holders, which we are not this year. But
And the year that we got married was the year. I mean, other than the 2 years that we won the World Series as the Jays, it was the year 2015.
well, they didn't win it.
No, but we got pretty far.
Yes, yeah,
It was Donaldson, it was Price.
yeah. And Carcinio, Bautista. Yeah, we don't need to talk about this right now. I'm still mourning that time of our lives as baseball fans. But anyway.
But we were such fanatical baseball fans that I actually wrote the thank yous for the wedding to correlate with the different positions on a baseball team.
That's true. That's true. In fact, I can still come back in the summertime after doing some running around, and you will have the Red Sox or the Tampa Bay Rays on TV.
Oh, yes.
And you will be swearing at the TV while you're eating a bag of peanuts still. So, yeah, we're baseball fans, whether we're watching our home team or not. But in any event.
So there you go. There's something about us. We're baseball fans.
We are baseball fans.
We're Jays fans.
Yes, we are Blue Jays fans. We do live north of the border, so we would. If you were an American, I guess you could be a fan of American teams too. But if we were to live in America, the United States of America, what team would you cheer for?
Baseball wise?
Yeah,
I don't think I
we're
can
talking
say
about
that because
baseball.
it's going to cause a problem.
Why? Don't you say the Yankees? Don't you say the?
I know.
Those damn Yankees.
Those damn Yankees. Those dirty Red Sox.
Jesus. There you go. There you go.
So, I think I just showed why I thought this would be such a great podcast, which is you and I reconnected in 2010 and became fast friends, and we have never stopped talking, I don't feel, since 2010.
We have never stopped talking. That's
Like,
true.
even to the point where we text each other all day at work.
That's true. I do miss you.
So we really do enjoy good conversation. I think we ask a lot of really big questions. I think we take life not too seriously, but we definitely take it seriously. And I think we thought this would be a great opportunity to really explore what our generation is going through right now, because it's a really crazy period of time where we have aging parents, we have kids, we have teenagers, we have kids leaving home. We're at a place in our careers where we're either really unhappy and we need to make a change and we don't know how, or we're really happy in our career and we're trying to let it not overtake us into all other aspects of our lives, where we're thinking about retirement, where we're thinking about hobbies, where we're looking back at our life and, making sure we did all the things that we wanted to do. And so I think we thought this podcast would be I thought this podcast would be a really good opportunity for us to take our coffee conversations and just throw them out there and maybe get other people's ideas and other people's thoughts on what their experiences have been and, what their questions are.
Okay, great. That's very good. I agree. Harumph, harumph. I do agree with that.
Now, what would you say is something that people that don't know you should know about you?
That don't know me should know about me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What makes you tick, Macaulay?
I don't know. I love the beach. I love the beach. Not so much Lake Ontario Beach or Lake Erie Beach. I do appreciate those beaches, but I do appreciate if I were to delve into locations, I would say Naples, Florida has a beautiful beach. I would say Lincoln City, Oregon has a very beautiful beach on the west coast. Cancun and Playa del Carmen have a beautiful beaches down there. And Costa Rica has a very beautiful beach line. I'd also say that Puerto Vallarta has a very beautiful beach line. And we will be spending a lot of time there because we bought a place there. Mm-hmm. And people would probably not realize that we bought a place down in Puerto Vallarta. Thank you to Dan McNeil for assisting us there.
Plug for Dan.
There's going to be a lot of plugs in this podcast. Not this one in particular, but we've already put 2 in there now, but I'm sure we'll be putting more in as we go. So, yeah, I don't know if people know that. But then again, I don't know. I think people do like the beach. I'm sure there's people that don't like the beach, but when you're talking about 29, 30 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit, to you Americans down south, that's very cold. When you're thinking about 30 degrees Fahrenheit, that's very cold. When we're talking, 90, 95, 85, 95 Fahrenheit, and you're walking on the beach, it's a very, for me, it's a very enjoyable place to be.
Oh, yeah.
And as you're entering into your 50s here shortly, which is a really great decade, I've heard, looking forward to it. When you look back at your life, where did you think you would be?
When I was younger?
Yeah.
Or now?
No. Where did you think you would be when you were younger?
Like when I was 30?
Yeah. When you're like, what? When I'm 50, this is
okay, I was a fucking train wreck. I was a fucking train wreck for 22 years of my life. Now, I didn't circle every single day, but I was a wreck. I did not think about being 50 because I won't say that the proverbial, I didn't think I would make it to 50, but I wasn't thinking about being 50 because I was too busy being selfish in my 30s. And 20s. I was very, I don't think I guess you would know better than me, but I don't think I'm selfish, but certainly when you're an alcoholic, selfishness is on top list, right? So I wasn't thinking about what was happening in 10 years from now. I was trying to think of how I would get through this afternoon and the cold beers in the fridge, right? So anyway.
So you didn't dream about what you'd become?
No. I'm a musician, so I thought I would become, successful in something musically. But, that really, we've had some successes along the way, but certainly not to the point of holding trophies on a mantle or anything like that. But no, I didn't. What about you? Did you think that you'd be where you are now 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago?
Yeah, it's interesting because I've had so many evolutions of myself that I feel that my life is segmented by certain lifetimes. So if we're talking about young, pre-married Cindy, definitely in an urban center, Toronto, New York, LA, some kind of big city, which I always have wanted to live in a big city forever. And because Shane and I are both born and raised in Calgary. Yahoo! And I never would have seen kids coming. That was never really part of my plan at all. Definitely a life in the arts, definitely lots of travel. It had always been on my bucket list to have a home in a warm location. So that's sort of crossing that off the list. So definitely some hits and some misses. If I look back at young Cindy, I definitely thought I would have, been a performer. And so that definitely shifted quite young for me. But pleased. I'm definitely pleased with how the picture is actually, filling in.
Moving forward, how do you feel about the next 10 years?
Pretty excited about it, actually. I'm pretty excited. There's going to be a lot of changes in terms of kids will be living their own lives, which will be really exciting to see. And I'm hoping that I have enough emotional maturity to allow them, and thank you very much for all your help in that, to allow them to, begin to create those lives for themselves. I feel that I've definitely found a sweet spot career-wise and making some room for some really interesting pursuits, for both of us together and then even independently. So I think it's going to be a year of sort of beginning to put the attention on me and less on trying to live up to others' expectations and other obligations and responsibilities, and more about really like figuring out like, what the fuck do I want? You know, there's this great quote, you're a grown-ass woman, so do whatever the fuck you want. And it's true. I'm a grown-ass woman. You know, I don't even have my mom here anymore. You know, she was sort of the compass of, you know, trying to live up to others' expectations. So now I do, you know, my father is very, very supportive of whatever I do. So as are you, and I have great, you know, family and friends. So it's my time. It's my time to shine. What about you?
Next 10 years?
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll delve into this more and more as the podcasts reveal themselves, but I think more down the road than I think of today, and I think of trying to right a ship, my own ship, as far as correcting errors or trying to make things right. Now, I'm not living in guilt by any means, but I'm thinking about what we need to do, what you and I need to do for the next 10 years to ensure that we have a comfortable living, as I guess the next stage will be seniors, right? So I don't want to be working at 60 years old. Now, that's probably still going to happen, but I would rather not have to do that. So I'm thinking about what we need to do for our future, and, you know, purchasing a place in Mexico.
Here's a question.
Okay.
Does long hair exist in your future?
Yes.
Right on.
Oh, I'm glad you approve.
I do. And will you dye it, or
No.
will you just leave it
No,
in
no.
all its natural glory?
If we're spending 6 months at a time or less in a warmer climate, my hair will go a little bit lighter because of the sun.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to take a little. I'll get a little bit shorter. It's pretty long now. I like it long, but I think it'll.
It actually does really need a trim.
Okay, well, it will get shorter as we're down there because it's pretty hot, and I don't want to have it in a ponytail the entire time we're down there. But
What will your attire be? Your daily attire?
shorts and a t-shirt.
Any particular color?
Well, not black. I was thinking about black, but I think it'll be just more tans and greens and browns and
Beige.
yeah. I think I want a nice.
Peach.
I think I want a nice terry cloth robe too. Every time we go away, which is a nice terry cloth robe in the hotel room. Wherever we go, there's usually a terry
Right
cloth.
on.
Don't you know what I'm talking about?
I have known you for so long, and you've never uttered those words to me. That is amazing.
They're very soft.
You serious?
Well, you do
Anyway.
like your flannel.
I love flannel. Don't knock the flannel. I see you laying in that flannel and enjoying it as much as me. So anyway. Okay, well, that's who we are. Is there anything else that we could think of to share?
What are you watching right now?
On TV?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not watching anything right now. I'm watching you.
No,
right
like,
now.
you know, when you flip on the Netflix, is there anything that's sort of engrossing you right now?
Yeah. I'm in and out of some I Am a Killer documentaries. It's quite haunting to think that someone would do something terrible in a moment of their lives and take another life, admit it, and spend the rest of their lives in a cage forever. Forever. There are some circumstances where they get out, but there's some places in the United States that have the death penalty. I couldn't imagine doing something. We all do stupid things, but to think that they would spend the rest of their lives in a box is just, it's hopeless, and I couldn't imagine. And then listening to them talk about it is pretty heartbreaking too. What about you? Oh, you're on.
Oh, no, don't. We're not sharing that on the
I
podcast.
well, let's not share it. I'll share it. Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, God.
You know
help me.
that
Season-
Ellen Pompeo is quite nice, like looking wise. She's not ugly. I can see why I don't know if she's a good actor.
Wow, I don't know what
but
this is going to say about me, but I love that Sarah Ramirez. I think she's stunning.
Okay, I don't even know who that is. I walk in and walk out, so I don't know who that is, but
Yeah,
I'm sure.
she is stunning. Not really a Dr. McDreamy fan. He did just die last night on the episode I watched, and it was very sad. But yeah, I got hooked in. Someone was like, hey, watch it. And I got hooked. And it's funny now when I watch it, I think of my mom, because I just think that was a show that she would have just loved.
Well, she did watch it.
And I asked my dad the other night, and yeah, she did watch it. Okay, last couple questions. Chicken burger or hamburger?
Hamburger.
anything in particular on the burger?
Mm,
Like, are you a cheese fan? Are you
No.
a bacon fan?
I like bacon, but no, it can take away from the burger. Do you know there's a place that we have in this city here that's on the east end that we usually hang out with?
yeah,
It's called Square Boy Hamburgers.
See,
You've
another
gotta-
shout out to Square
yeah,
Boy.
down 4th and just past Pate.
Yeah.
And they put tzatziki on, because it's
It
a
is
Greek
amazing.
place, but you put tzatziki on that hamburger and it will change your mind forever.
Yeah.
What about you?
Oh, hamburger. All the
Okay.
way. A hamburger all the way. I love the cheese on the burger. Don't need the bacon because I've already got my meat. So we can leave that out. But cheese, gotta have the cheese. Don't mind a little mushroom. Not a fan of the onion.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Well, that explains Puerto Vallarta.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Nothing like it. Nothing like ending a day that way.
Hot tub or pool?
Hot tub.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I like to be warm.
Oh, well, I know that, but okay.
Bubbles. It's kind of sexy. There's something like forbidden and sexy about a hot tub.
Yeah, it's pretty sexy sitting in a bathtub full of strangers
I
with
know,
hot
and I always
water.
love it until you say that. You're like, oh, I feel like I'm bathing with these strangers, and then I have to get out.
We are bathing with these strangers sitting in the bathtub.
But I do prefer a pool over the ocean.
Okay.
Like, I do enjoy checking out the ocean, but I don't know that I would ever be like a swimmer in the ocean.
Are you an Uber Eats order in, or are you an going outer?
I am a going outer.
Yeah, me too.
There's, this is going to be controversial, I know, but there's something about the food not being fresh when you get it from Uber Eats. Like, it's just a little bit cold. It might be the wrong thing. I'm just sitting around waiting for it. Whereas when I go out and get it, I'm in charge of my food. No one else is touching it or doing whatever they're going to do with it. It doesn't get lost as they go to somebody else's house. It's like my food. You?
Oh, I like to go out.
I mean, we pick up our pizza. We don't even have our pizza delivered. We don't have our Chinese food delivered.
No, that's true.
We go out, we pick it up. I like it.
That's true.
I like getting out there in the world.
Favorite time of year?
Oh, summer.
Really?
Yeah, summer.
Really? Okay.
Well, you thought I was going to say winter?
Well, I thought you would say Christmas.
Oh, well, Christmas isn't a season, it's a holiday.
Okay.
So ask the question again. Okay, take 2 and go.
Okay, what's your favorite time of year?
My favorite time of year, Shay, is Christmas.
Okay. There you
And it is indeed a season. It takes planning, preparation. It takes planning and preparation and care and thought.
go. Nice.
But we'll get into that more on another podcast, I'm sure.
I'm sure we will.
All right, everybody. We want to thank you for tuning in with us. And hopefully you've learned a little bit more about us and a little bit more about what we bring to these weekly podcasts. Every week, we're going to have a different topic. Some weeks we may have a speaker, or it may just be Shay and myself. And Shay will not know what we will be talking about until the night before. And so he'll have a bit of a fresh take on what we're talking about. And we really invite you to comment, to like us, to be along with us as we try to figure out how to do this podcast right. We are looking forward to this journey with all of you. And I am looking forward to this journey with you, my love.
Thank you, dear. I appreciate that. Well, that's that. Another one in the bag. Thanks, Simon, for all your assistance. Everybody at Audacity. Thank you to everybody that's been assisting us. Thank you to my dear wife for suggesting this idea to do the podcast. You've been listening to
Hooked on Life.
If you enjoyed this episode of Hooked on Life and you'd like to help support the podcast, please subscribe to our channel. We would also love to hear from you. If you have any ideas for future Hooked on Life podcasts, feel free to drop us a line. You can stay up to date with Cindy and Shane by following them on Facebook and Instagram. And remember, don't worry about tonight's sunset, because there will always be one tomorrow. See ya!